Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go, Young Wei Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Jones wants to throw to start things out here. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. Throwing, Jones, out to his left. Throw left side complete to Troutman. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. They are such a talented team in defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Now Jones. That's complete to Troutman right side. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
That's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that play there was certainly a scouting report special, because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
And this one is right down the middle. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Demario Davis there on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, 734. 734.
Now Carr. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Throwing now is Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3-and-out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass break up there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And his throw is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Jones. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Deron Payne, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Finding Knox there, complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off play action. Jones. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, New Orleans.
We're still in the 1st quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Jones, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. 17-0 our score after 1. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Deion Jones in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, Bean, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Under pressure, they got him again. Jerry Tillery. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. That's going to be caught by Pitts. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Carr now on 1st down. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
694.
Again, it's Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
He's got it to the 43 here.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bates. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
29. 6-18.
Carr. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Deontay Thompson. And the Saints are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Jones now on 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just past the 35. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this 2nd quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
He finds his man, complete. It's Bates. Touchdown, Falcons! A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Jones, throw complete there to Thomas.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Saints are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The final shot here before half for Carr. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Carr to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that will bring up second down.
It's second and 46-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Carr.
Crossing route and complete. He's got Pitts.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line. A good pickup there, 22. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Now Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's Bates.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll run on first down. It's Bates, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Now a play fake. Carr. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
93. Express.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete.
And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now 1st and goal.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut.
And the Falcons are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
Carr will look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead. It's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On second down now, Blackwell.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now Jones steps away to his left. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Michael Thomas, 37 yards.
And the Saints have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Charles, a well-drawn-up play, beautifully executed, and look at the scoreboard and where we're at in the second half. They are on their way to a 1-0 start to this season.
Exactly what every team in the league dreams of, winning your season opener, getting off to that good start, and building confidence for the rest of the season.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Falcons 15.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So in Saints territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr.
And that's caught. It's Brian Edwards. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Touchdown, Falcons! Dawson Knox, 29 yards.
And the Falcons are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was a prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
You get a rookie tight end who can run like this, it just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as this season moves along.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On first down, Blackwell.
He's got it to the 43 here.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance.
And he's got him. Touchdown, Saints.
Chris Olave.
48 yards.
And the Saints are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th, but a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
To throw again on second down, Carr. And now here is another interception. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if you picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to make 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation. 2nd and 1, and people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there, pick up the first down.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. On the counter, here's Kamara. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, it's Bates. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. On play action, it's Carr. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Deion Jones getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Kamara up the middle. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for New Orleans, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.
I'm really out for blood this time, look. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more. This is a rude awakening, kicking the door. Back and I'm better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war. I see the option, I'm up in the score. I catch a and jump in the pause. Follow the core and then back to the morgue. Take the sheet off and I some more. When I am done at the scene, I won't leave anything. You won't even know who was involved. Don't let me do it, cause I overdo it and do it till I cannot do it no more. All of the data's, I'm proving them wrong. Back with the classic, I know it's been long. Heard it was missing me while I was gone. I smell the victory back up on top, and it's where I belong. Like it ain't to me, we making history. Fall through the misery, weather the storm. Can't let them get to me, no weapon form shall prosper. R&B all over my roster, I got options. I keep it right on the dresser, next to the Oscar. Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Woo! Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Running my closet, go need a doctor, go need a doctor, go need a what? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. So now they on my body. Made it to the top. Ain't no way that they can stop me now. They gon' say I joined the Illuminati. I got demons all around me. Tell me what they know about me, I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge.